Hey, good morning everybody. I just wanted to make a short little video, hopefully short, about some stuff that's been getting on my skin. And it's really about how people keep posting all these pictures of these people that have been previously arrested and put inside the Hood County Jail. Well, it's not even about posting the actual picture, because everybody knows that that stuff is, you can get access to that just by picking up your phone or whatever. It's totally accessible to the public. But I'm talking about the people that have absolutely no idea who this person is, has no idea what this person's been through, and doesn't even know anything about this particular person, and you are slandering them, and you are talking down on them, and you are exploiting them on public media like your life is just all peaches and cream, when in all reality your life might be peaches and cream into the context of you've never done drugs, or you've never done anything illegal that you haven't been caught for. But what if your dirty laundry was aired out? What if everything you did was aired out? What if, while your husband was out of town last week, what if he knew about what you did with Rick from down the street? Do you see what I'm saying? Is that illegal? No, not exactly. But is it morally correct? Absolutely not. Nobody likes to get their dirty laundry aired out. But that's beside the point. The point is this: when you exploit these people, and when you talk down on these people, simply from a drug addiction standpoint, they're getting arrested, they're in jail, they're already having a pretty rough time. Now, unknowingly, their picture is being spread around social media with hundreds and hundreds of people just talking complete shit about them that absolutely have no idea who they are. Let me give you an example of something. Whenever you're under the influence of drugs or any sort of substances that take over the mind like that, you become somebody that you completely are not, okay? I have seen women, okay, an older lady, for example, that I've known for a really long time, never done no drugs, never drunk nothing, didn't, straight as an arrow, Well, one day, she had one of her so-called friends talk her into doing some methamphetamine, said, oh, you'll lose weight and all this, blah, 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 and next thing you know, this lady becomes somebody she completely isn't. This lady loses her family, loses her job, loses her kids, she's living house to house, cow chopping, all because of that addiction. That one drug, it grabbed her by the soul, and it would not let go. And what you see is somebody that's deliberately going out there just screwing stuff up like they intentionally are doing this, when that is not the case at all. Addiction is a disease. And I know I'm going to get a lot of feedback on that, because some of you are going to be like, it's not a freaking disease. It is a disease. It's a disease to the point to where you can stay clean for, say, 3 or 4 years, okay? And then all it takes is one little slip up, right? But what caused that slip up? That's the question. Was it the friends you hung out with? Was it the places you went? Was it the people that you decided to hang around? Whatever it is, it's the disease inside of you that really makes you think, okay, you know what? Getting high is better than living normal life. Whenever it actually gives you that ultimatum of whenever you got to think, what do I want? What do I want? That's not you making a decision with your self-conscious. That's you making a decision with the disease. The disease is trying to talk you in to getting back onto that life track so it can destroy you and push you down and put you down to the lowest spot you've ever been in your entire life. I promise you. So you don't know what these people have been through. They've got busted with a gram of meth. They got busted with 16 grams of meth. They got busted with a pound of weed, some pills, whatever, okay? Is it their fault that they've got arrested? Absolutely, okay? If you're going to do that and you're going to put yourself in a situation to get in trouble, then you know what? Then you deserve to get in trouble. But that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about here is even the dirtiest, nastiest drug addict has the ability to change his life around and use everything that he's been through to benefit others in a positive manner. But it is up to that individual if he's going to do that. Do you see what I'm saying? It is up to that individual if he's going to decide to either go back down that road, or if he's going to go this way and completely change his life around. And when he sees another addict struggling in the street, he's going to reach out and say, hey brother, you know what? I want to help you because I know what you've been through. I know exactly what you've been through. But then you've got them people right there. You've got the addicts over here, and you've got the people that, are still in recovery, that are getting clean, and they're trying to help people. But then you've got these people on the outside. These people on the outside that's sipping their wine and taking their Valium, sitting in their nice big houses, shunning all these addicts because they have absolutely no idea what this addict has been through. Addiction is a disease. And I believe that if we could get together and if we could stop ridiculing and judging these people because of a simple addiction and really try to help these people, Granbury could be a pretty good town. Now, I'm not saying you're going to knock the pipe out of every dope fiend's hand that you see, but if you show them more compassion and you show them more respect and you let them know, hey, I understand what you're going through, we can get you help. And you know what's sickening is that it's mostly Christian women, older Christian women, like, oh, well, shunning these people. And doesn't it say in the Bible that you should not even, point out the speck in a man's eye when you've got a plank in your own? You are so quick to judge people. You are so quick to point the finger at other people. And sometimes maybe you're pointing the finger at other people because you're hiding your own insecurities and addictions. Just because this man's addicted to smoking pot whenever his family's gone doesn't mean that your addiction to drinking 3 bottles of wine and lottery tickets isn't bad either, because you can still hurt people with that, whether you hurt them emotionally, physically. It's an addiction's an addiction. I believe that if we could just really come together and help these people in a manner to where, Granbury doesn't have that many inpatient rehab places. You've got to go to Fort Worth to do all this stuff. They've got plenty of outpatient rehabs, but what is showing up to a group every night going to help an addict that needs to detox? But you know what? Here's the kicker. Sometimes it's not going to take just a detox. Sometimes it's not just going to take somebody pointing the finger at them and saying, no, you shouldn't do that. Sometimes it takes an event in their life that makes them open their eyes like no other. Sometimes it takes their rock bottom, but everybody's rock bottom is different. Sometimes it takes prison. Sometimes it takes going to prison and having everything that you love, having everything that you loved, and everything that you would soon to love be completely stripped from you. They shave your head, they throw you in a cage, and they put you with a bunch of other wild animals. Sometimes that'll open your eyes, trust me. Then what do? Do you pray to God? Do you tell yourself you're never going to do it again? I'll tell you what you do. You make a commitment to yourself. You make a commitment to your higher power, whoever that may be, and you two get together and you come to some reasonable way where you can actually say, I'm not going to do this no more. I'm going to change my life. I'm done doing this. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I'm mostly sick and tired of wearing these metal handcuffs on my hand. Whenever you get sick and tired of that, and your love for your family overpowers everything else, which sometimes you can only see that love whenever you are completely taken away from your addiction, that's whenever you will truly start to change. You will truly open your eyes, and you will truly say, you know what have I been thinking? But it doesn't end there. You can't just make them decisions when you're in prison or detox or rehab and then get out and expect for everything to just be peaches and cream again. You have to make the decision to change one thing. That one thing is everything. The only way to stay clean is to fill that void in your heart. Because where you were using, where you were drinking, where you were cheating on your husband with Rick down the street, whether it's lottery tickets or wine or crack cocaine or heroin, that has become a part of your life. Once you take that out of your life, now you're left with a void, right? You've got this big hole right here where it used to be. Here's the thing. You have to fill it. Fill it with working out. Fill it with fishing. Fill it with yoga. Fill it with CrossFit. I don't care what you fill it with. But unless you fill that void to where it replaces the feelings that you once had, you're going to go right back to the things you were doing. Another thing is the people. I know you've been friends with these guys that you've used with for a very long time, but the bottom line is that if you really want to change, then you will have it inside of you to say, you know what, man, we had a good run, and I love you, and I will always love you, but this is where it ends, man, because you don't benefit me for my future. You're not influential to me. You know how many times I've had to do that? For any of you that don't know me, that is exactly what I had to do. I'm sitting in front of you today by the grace of God. Because in 2015, I was sentenced to 20 years in prison for manufacturing and delivery of heroin. Was I manufacturing and delivering heroin? Absolutely not. But did I allow somebody in my vehicle that I didn't know that well that had drugs on them? Yes, I did. So is it my fault that I went to prison? Absolutely. Because I'm the one that put myself in that situation, not none of you guys. I'm the one that put myself in that situation. So just before I make this 10 minutes, I've already gone on way longer than I want to. Just be careful who you hang with, okay? And for all you out there that doesn't know what's going on in that person's life, don't be so quick to judge. Because that person might be going through the roughest time that person has ever been through in his entire life. And while you're sitting there shunning them, and while you're sitting there talking down and exploiting them all over social media, maybe what they really need is a hand. Maybe what they really need is somebody just to reach out to them and say, hey, you know what? I understand you've got issues, and I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. If you want some help, I'm here to help you. But by you exploiting them, you think that helps them? You think talking shit to them helps them? Absolutely not, it doesn't. If you're going to be Christian, why don't you act a little more Christian-like? Stop judging people. Isn't that for the man upstairs? That's what I read. So maybe you should go and pick up the Bible and read Matthew through Luke again.